Bat5's football enters week 5 of season 10 and brings another 12 games to show you this week, with some top of the table clashes between the likes of O.B City and Scrandinavia and bottom of the table between Rapid and Flaberdeen. So looking at the lineups for week 5, Parmesan Belgrade call upon 3 commissioner players to step in for them this week, with a core 5 player available. Michael, Jack, Nathan, Lewis, Paddy all from the main roster. Gregor, Maro and our very own commissioner Chopper steps in for Parmesan Belgrade this week. Flaberdeen are looking like a strong team and only able to call upon 1 commissioner player for this week, the rest coming from their core lineup. The 3 Lewises return once again for Paul and the Flaberdeen team, with David, Paul himself, Brian and Richard from the main lineup, and Ethan stepping in from the commissioners team, hoping to make an impact. Scrandinavia battling away at the top of the table, and they have a complete lineup of their core players this week once again. Writers got Terry, Ian, Graham making his Scrandinavia debut this season, Ryan, Chris, Barry and Barry as well, all available this week for Scrandinavia. O.B City also having a complete core team lineup this week, with Willie able to call upon familiar faces once again as they do battle at the top of the table with Scrandinavia. Wayne, Jordan, Stevie, Brady, Callum and Gilly, as well as Willie himself, all available for O.B City this week for the battles ahead. Rapid Viennetta getting dragged into a bit of the bottom of the table clash going on, but they have a strong team this week. Gogs returns once again. Andy, James, Taylor and Ross from the main roster available. Josh and David step in alongside with Cal for the Rapid Viennetta team this week. Fatburn Rovers, they are sitting about mid-table. They are looking to see if they can push on and start pushing up the table, with results hopefully this week going their way. Zach, Martin, Timber, Gareth, Mitchell and Stephen all from the main roster, with Stephen Q stepping in as Terry, the captain, unable to attend once again this week. Ivory Toast are getting themselves dragged into the wrong end of the table, but they're having an incredibly good lineup this week in terms of numbers. 9 players available for Greg this week, including Paul, Robbie, Neil, Thomas, Stu, Liam, Ash and MJ, as well as the captain himself. And finally, looking at Bayern Bru's lineup this week, they pull in 1 commissioner player in Liam, who's making his Fat5 debut this week. Chucky's got Steve, Connor, Martin, Keir, Craig and James, as well as himself, all available as part of the main lineup for Bayern Bru. So looking at the table before the games kick off, at the top of the table there's Scrandinavia and O.B City just separated there by 3 points. Bayern Bru in 3rd on 26, Fatburn Rovers on 15, Parmesan Belgrade on 13, Ivory Toast on 12, Flaberdeen and Rapid Viennetta, they're both at the bottom on 7 points, so split by goal difference. It's going to be a tight one this week. Season 10 highlight videos are brought to you by The Offshore Coach and McDonald's Aberdeen. We thank all our sponsors very much for their support this season. And we dive straight into the first match, which sees Parmesan Belgrade versus Rapid Viennetta. Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting left to right, and Rapid Viennetta in orange, shooting right to left. Lewis here with an early chance. It's Greg on the rebound, and Greg with the early goal in this match. And Parmesan Belgrade have struck first blood in this game. Lewis there with a shot, just bounces off the backboard there, and then Greg cleans up there by slotting it nicely into the bottom corner. So Parmesan Belgrade wasting no time in this match, getting a foothold into this game and setting them along the path toward 3 points that they are so desperately wanting this week. Nathan now on the ball, looking to find a teammate, plays it across there to Greg, the goal scorer. Can he get another one now? Cuts into the middle, and the save there from James denies him the opportunity to get a second in this game. But Rapid Viennetta now on the break with Ross. Oh, the first one's missed, and the second one just goes wide of the goal there, unfortunately for Rapid Viennetta and for Ross himself there. But Parmesan coming forward once again. Greg finding Lewis, lovely little play here. Can he find it back? Gives it across to Jack, but Jack's chance there just snatched away there by Ross, and now Nathan has to play it along the back to Lewis. Lewis now back into the goal scorer Greg, and it's back to Lewis again. Lewis going forward. James is committed. Lewis shoots, and it is 2-0 in this match. Lewis there waited for the goalkeeper to pick a side. James committed there, and then Lewis just slotted it into the gap there. Although a little bit tighter, he could have placed it into that bottom right-hand corner and kept it clear away from James there. But it's in the back of the net. That is the main thing here for Lewis and for Parmesan Belgrade. And they are 2-0 up in this match now. Jack battling well with Ross there. Ross does win that battle, but Nathan collects the ball. Now Nathan pushing forward. He's got options, but he's going himself, takes a shot, and it just hits off the woodwork there. And James will go collect that. So it remains 2-0 in this match as James looks to roll it out here all the way through to Goggs. Goggs holding it up well. Nice little turn there away from Marrow. Takes the shot, but it is closed down by Paddy, and it just goes wide of the goal there. Paddy now in defence there. Lovely turn with the ball there, and now Paddy's pushing forward. Paddy takes a shot. James with the save, but Lewis there in space could have jumped on that. Does jump on it now. Still has it. Plays it through to Marrow. Paddy now. Paddy with a shot. James with another save there, and he keeps the game at 2-0 as Lewis looks to close down Andy's clearance there. It's landed with Paddy. Cross to Jack, and Jack gets a goal for his team there. Paddy, nice little retrieval of the ball there, takes it down well, and then plays in Jack on the far side there, and Jack then just squares it across the goal line, and that makes it 3-0 now for Parmesan Belgrade, looking very much in control of this match as Rapid look to kick things off. Goggs into Andy though. Oh, and Andy gets a very, very quick reply in this game for Rapid Viennetta, so definitely not down and out. Rapid Viennetta will be looking to try and get back into this match further though, as they still are trailing by 2 goals with Parmesan Belgrade leading 3-1. And so we kick off once again. Parmesan Belgrade coming forward. Jack with the ball. Jack! Oh, what a finish there by Jack. Absolutely smashed that in from that right hand corner there into the far side. Lovely turn away from Andy there, and then Jack just hammers that in off the post there. Brilliant reply after conceding that goal, and it is 4-1 now, and the 3-goal lead has been reinstated here for Parmesan Belgrade. And I tell you what, they will be delighted that they have got that lead back into place as Rapid looked like they were going to threaten to try and come forward. The ball played through from David to Josh, their commissioner players combining, but Josh just can't quite apply the finish there as Parmesan Belgrade look to play it from the back there, but it's all gone wrong. Paddy's lost that ball, and David there applies the finish there to give Rapid Viennetta a second goal in this match as that ball just goes past Michael there and goes. Nothing he can do, and it is now 4-2 with that 2-goal lead back in place. They've lost that 3-goal comfort there, but as that ball squares across there, David just gets a touch on it, but eventually it lands into the safe hands of James. So 4-2 now. Rapid Viennetta can see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel and how they come back, but it's going to be an ask as Lewis picks up the ball once again, but James there making the important save. He might have had to pick the ball 4 times out from the back of his goal, but he is making some important saves to keep Rapid Viennetta in this game. Ball played across the edge of the box there, and Josh once again can't quite apply the finish. It's still loose. Goggs has won it. It's still bobbling around. It could be anyone's ball here. It goes all the way back to David. David now takes a shot. Oh, what a finish there by David. Absolutely smashed that from distance there. Brilliant finish there. Takes that little touch there. Jack's going forward to try and close him down. Still ample of space there, and then hits it into the top corner, and Michael has no chance in getting a hand on that, and it's now down to a 1-goal lead for Parmesan Belgrade. Rapid Viennetta almost completing the comeback here, and so close there for Josh to try and get on that, but it's played through to Paddy. Paddy now on a run, looks to play in Chopper. Chopper now with opportunity, can't get it past James there, and it's off the board straight at James, and it's hit the hand of Chopper there, and the referee correctly gives the free kick there. So Parmesan Belgrade, their lead has been massively reduced now, and they're going to start feeling a bit of stress and tension, you would think, as they look to try and see this game out. Michael throws that ball long all the way up to Jack. Jack now first time hit, and it's a save there from James, and now the break's on. Andy there with a shot, Michael with the save. Now it's back to Paddy. This ball's going from one end to the other, but Paddy this time sticks it in the back of the net, stops that ball pinballing from one end to the other there, and it gives Parmesan Belgrade a little bit more comfort as they go back up to a 2-goal lead with a scoreline reading 5-3. Rapid Viennetta massively unlucky there with that, just bobbing around and landed at the feet of Paddy, but the save there from Michael as Ross had another opportunity to get Rapid back in the game, but it has been taken. Now Greg coming forward, Andy there with a tackle, but it's through to Jack with a shot, and he's just agonisingly gone wide of the goal there. Jack, extremely unlucky from him there. Great play there from Parmesan Belgrade, but just not quite the finish as Greg picks up the ball again after being played in by Nathan. Greg, far side with the ball here. Nice little turn away from Cal. Plays it back to Nathan. Nathan, will he shoot or will he play in Paddy? Plays in Paddy. And Paddy there. Lovely back heel to put it in the back of the net there. And it is 6-3. And you would think this should really spell victory for Parmesan Belgrade. Rapid Viennetta doing an excellent job to bring it back to a 1-goal difference after being 3-0 down in this match. But unfortunately for them, Paddy has just stepped up to the plate and has just given Parmesan Belgrade that little bit of an advantage as the ball's played through to Jack once again. Jack tries to take the shot and James is touched there just enough to take it away from the goal there and keep it safely away from the goal mouth as the ball is played all the way through to Ross. Ross couldn't quite get a touch on it, almost similar to the goal the other week that Andy hit from one end to the other, and Ross just missed the touch and it went in, but James makes another save as Lewis picks up now. Lewis out to Jack. Jack's got another chance this side and he's just fired it over this time, and unfortunately for Jack, he cannot replicate the goal that he scored early on here. Parmesan Belgrade coming forward once again. Andy's cut it out though. Cal to Andy. Lovely touch from Andy. He's breaking away there. Oh, that's a fine save by Michael. The leg just came in, just took that ball away as we enter the last passage of play here in this match. Greg just holding on to that ball. Plays it across to Nathan. Nathan now with the shot. James with the save. He took it away there and the referee blows for full time. It is 6-3 the final score. Moving on to match number 2 of week 5, and we have Flaberdeen versus Ivory Toast. Flaberdeen in blue shooting from left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left in this match, and they look to get things going early on in this game as Ivory Toast playing it out from the back there. The goalkeeper Paul, they are back in this week looking to find a teammate, and they're on the break now with MJ running up the pitch there, and it goes into the Flaberdeen half, and Lewis there with a save for Flaberdeen, but a disaster. He's rolled it out into the feet of Thomas there, straight at the opposition, and it is in the back of the net. This is a disaster of a mistake there from Lewis. Thomas just pouncing on that ball as it's rolled out in front of him there, and it's in the back of the net early on here. Ivory Toast delighted with the start, but Flaberdeen, absolute disaster stations for them into this match, completely created by them. But never mind that, as David has just got them a goal to get them right back into this. A wonderful solo run as he cuts through the Ivory Toast defence there and then applies the finish past Paul in goals, and Flaberdeen right back into this match within moments of going behind after a disaster in the defence. So it's 1-1 now in this match as Ivory Toast look to push up to the other end of the pitch to try and get themselves back in front here. They're holding on to the ball and they're looking to switch things across as MJ plays it to Thomas. So it's bounced off of Thomas. It's now with Brian. Brian plays it through to Lewis. Lewis now with the shot. Lewis with the goal there, and Flaberdeen back into this match, completely flipping the game on their head, and it is 2-1 now to Flaberdeen, who just moments into the match just found themselves disastrously behind after a defensive mix-up there with the goalkeeper, and they've done a brilliant job to get back into this game. Ivory Toast, probably still celebrating and processing the fact that they were in the lead, are going to be absolutely furious that they have let their lead go away so quickly. David now pushing forward, still has the ball at feet, looking to find a teammate, plays it there, but it goes off of the goalkeeper. Paul in goals for Ivory Toast, and then he looks to get his team underway. Is it through to Robbie? Robbie still has it though, almost lost it to David, but he still has it, and the shot just goes wide of the Flaberdeen goal there. Ivory Toast looking looking keen as punch to try and get themselves back into a winning position in this game as they are trying to attack the Flaberdeen goal. Good save there by Lewis, and the ball is loose, and it looks like Ivory Toast just picked that up in their own half. They're coming forward once again. Stu now with the ball at feet. Stu trying to find Liam, finds Liam with a shot, and it just goes wide of the goals there, and it is then safely put back to the Flaberdeen goalkeeper. Ball played it long to Richard there. Richard looks to try and get that under control but can't quite, and eventually does get a shot away, but it's into the goalkeeper's hands there. Stu now playing it up, trying to find Liam. He's got David there for company. David's holding off a little bit, giving some room to Liam. He's going to find Stu here. Stu, and it's lost the ball, and now it's David on a solo run. Can David finish? David all the way through. David applies the finish, and Flaberdeen are now 3-1 up in this match. Incredible comeback here. They already have completed the comeback, but this is just a brilliant just increase in performance overall, you'd have to say, for Flaberdeen, considering how badly the match just started, and now they are fully in control of this with a 2-goal lead. Ivory Toast looking to try and get back into this. Stu looking to try and get things going for the team, but it doesn't quite happen on that occasion as Flaberdeen continue to push forward, but they've left themselves open here possibly as Robbie receives the ball in the Flaberdeen half, looking to find Neil back to Robbie, and there's an interception there from Ethan, the commissioner player, doing good there, finding Brian takes it into the corner. Now they're just out of camera line here, so we wait to see what comes out. Ethan there just losing the ball as Stu wins it there, trying to find Neil, but David's intercepted. He's round Robbie. Can he finish? Yes, he can, and David finishes off his hat-trick there. Brilliant finish from him there, and he played that ball in beautifully into the corner of the net, well, about midway of the net there, but a brilliant take by David to win it in the first place and then to apply the finish, and it finishes off his hat-trick in this game, and it is now 4-1 to Flaberdeen. It's incredible to think how badly they started and how well they've come back. Normally that can really just suck the wind out of a team, but on this occasion they have managed to rise up and meet the challenge. But Ivory Toast not going away here. They're having to play defence. Davis' shot just going wide there, and now they'll have a chance to come back into this game, Ivory Toast, as they come forward here. Neil with the ball at feet, looking to find a teammate, cannot see a path there, and then plays it all the way back to Ash there. Neil still ball at feet there. Can he make something from this? Finds Ash, and then it's in the back of the net there, and Ivory Toast have got another goal to their name in this match as Ash, lovely run and the 1-2 there from Neil, and slotting it into the back of the net gets them back into this game. It's still 4-2. There's still 2 more goals that Ivory Toast would need to score to complete the comeback to get themselves anything out of this game, but they are on that road going forward now since they found that goal. Ash now playing it across the Stu, back to Ash, and he can't quite make the connection there. Now they are shouting to say a touch in the box, but actually we have an absolute brilliant angle to see that Lewis there did not touch that ball and did some very clever footwork to avoid making contact with it there. Greg with the shot and Lewis with the save. David will head that back to his goalkeeper there. David intercepting the ball against Lewis. Lewis now playing it across to Greg, and it's in the middle of the pitch. It's still Ivory Toast. Stu with the shot. Oh, it's just wide, and then Lewis forwards will play that back to his goalkeeper there to make sure it ends up in the safe hands. Flaberdeen on the defence, and they managed to collect the ball as well as David looks to play in Richard all the way through, and he just couldn't quite. Great defensive work there by Greg to just put Richard off there, as it looked like he was going to get a shot away there as he was through on goal, but not quite this time. Liam trying to twist and turn his way past Richard there, but unsuccessful as Neil takes a shot. It's off the backboard, and then Lewis will see that back to his goalkeeper there, and we have a substitution happening here just now. So 4-2 the scoreline in this match between these two. Like I said earlier, Flaberdeen doing a brilliant job trying to get back into this game, and have done so successfully, and they lead now with the 2 goals after a terrible start, with David going down the wide there. David cutting in. David, can he get another one? Yes, he does. That's 4 for David now, and it's 5 for Flaberdeen. And this should put, with any doubt away, that Flaberdeen are going to walk away with the points in this match now. A 3-goal lead after a brilliant comeback early on. It would only be complete disaster stations that we see them not walk away with the 3 points in this match. There is still technically time for it, but it does seem very unlikely as Thomas's shot is blocked down there by Ethan, and Robbie now picks up the ball to try and get an attack going. On the far side now, Ivory Toast coming forward with Robbie once again, and then the ball's played to Liam, and the save there from Lewis. It almost fumbles its way into the back of the net, but he manages to get his hands on it there, and Lewis rolls it out to Brian to get things going again. Brian scoops the ball all the way up and finds David. David now takes a shot, and it's a bit of a weak shot from David, and now there's a chance for Ivory Toast to capitalise on the rebound now, as MJ is going to get that ball at the edge of the box there, and he does so, and now he plays it back to Liam. Liam takes the shot, and Liam snuck it in the inside post there, and that is a goal for Ivory Toast. That may signal a potential opportunity for them to come back into this game. We shall see. There isn't a whole lot of time there. It's a great finish there by Liam to find that little small gap just on the inside post there past Lewis, but there may be time running out for Ivory Toast to get anything out of this game, but they still will battle forward as Richard has the ball for Flaberdeen, coming forward, takes it wide. He almost found Ethan in front of goal, and Robbie's away. Robbie cannot quite make the pass stick as it landed into the feet of Brian there for Flaberdeen, and we start all over again here with another attack as Richard just shoots wide there. Ivory Toast looking to break away once again. Robbie with the ball, looking to switch it out to Ash. Ash now looks to cut in. Ash still has the ball, and he's just ran out of space, ran into opposition, and then the referee blows for full time here. 5-3 the final score. And we arrive at match 3 of week 5, Fat Fives Football Season 10, with O.B City versus Scrandinavia. O.B City in black, shooting left to right, and Scrandinavia in red, shooting right to left. This is a top of the table clash. If you saw at the start of our video, the table layout, Scrandinavia sitting top with O.B City only 3 points behind them. So a win here for O.B City would put them into that joint point position of Scrandinavia, assuming that both teams match their results for the rest of the fixtures. And it's Jordan for O.B City who has struck first in this match. Exactly the scenario that O.B City will have been wanting as this match was starting off there. What a finish there by Jordan. Unfortunately for Barry in goals for Scrandinavia, he just cannot get across quick enough and get a touch on that ball, as Ian has the opportunity there for Scrandinavia to get back into this match, but can't quite make it there and can't quite hit the target, as O.B City look to defend for their lives to make sure they hold on to this lead. Both these teams have been outstanding so far this season, as another opportunity there for O.B City just goes begging as Stevie just hits wide. Jordan comes across, tries to make the interception, but Chris still has it, and it's Gilly there that gets it, but Chris wins it back, and again it's Jordan back in there trying to win it again, and this time successful as he plays it through to Gilly. Gilly to Callum, to Jordan. Jordan now pushing forward. Jordan, will he go himself? He does, and he applies the finish there, and it's a second goal for Jordan and a second goal for O.B City. Has Jordan there, Ryan just giving him a little bit too much space there, and Stevie there might be playing decoy against the goalkeeper there, blocking a bit of the view, and it goes into the back of the net, and it is 2-0 now to O.B City. This is the big result that they will have wanted, the first game of their fixtures this week, and it is against their title rivals so far, as Ian there unfortunately unable to get on the end of that ball, and it goes back to the goalkeeper. Scrandinavia though holding the ball up in midfield there, but it's bounced cruelly for them back to Gilly, plays it to Callum, and Callum just shoots wide there. Gilly will go collect that ball on the far side there. Scrandinavia battling away there, and Reiter comes away with the ball and looks to play in Chris. Chris now burst a pace here, can he get the shot away? And it's just wide of the goal there. Reiter will go collect that in the far corner, does well to almost bring out there. Oh, he's got it now. But Gilly with the tackle there. Good defensive work there, and unlucky for Reiter. Looks like he almost got that ball out of the corner with some great play there. Wayne plays it all the way up to Stevie. Stevie now with the chance. Stevie with a shot. Stevie with the goal, and O.B City, they are just going from good to even better in this game. 3-0 the scoreline. What a statement against the current league leaders here. Scrandinavia will be wondering what has hit them in this game. They will not have been expecting this with confidence being so high. Oh, and Reiter there, it just bounced off the post for him there. Oh, he's so close to getting a goal to get back into this as it lands with Graham. Graham making his Scrandinavia debut, and it's great to see him in the red top finally for this season. As the ball goes back to Callum, oh, and it's unlucky for Barry in goals there. He got down and he made the save, but the ball managed to squirm its way through the legs and still hit the back of the net. Callum will be delighted with that, as he probably thought there for a moment his shot was going to be blocked completely there. But Scrandinavia 4-0 down, and it's safe to say we now have definitely a new contender in here battling for the title this season in the shape of O.B City. And with the recent form of Bayern Bru, it could be a chance for O.B to get right up there. But Chris is not done in this match. There's plenty more that he is wanting to do and say on behalf of Scrandinavia to get them towards another title here. And that is exactly what he's done there by sticking the ball in the back of the net there. Brady holding the hand of apology, but to be fair, once Chris gets up and running, he is incredibly difficult to stop, as we have seen over the season and over the matches this season as well. The ball up into the Scrandinavia half and then eventually goes into the safe hands of the goalkeeper as Reiter comes forward now. Reiter has got Barry there. Barry looks to play it back to Reiter. Reiter all the way through to Terry. Terry now with a shot. Oh, and it's gone in the back of the net there, and that's a surprise for everybody there. The shot from distance there, brilliantly executed there by Terry as he hits it, and it goes into that near side post. And Wayne, I think just for a minute there, thought it was just going to go wide, but it seemed to have curled, spun, whatever it was, it's landed right in Wayne's goal there, and it is 4-2 now to O.B City. And there could be some nervousness happening now across the O.B City squad there, as they have lost their safety net of the 4-0 lead now, but they're still winning. They're still coming forward as Willie there with the attempt, and it is, I think that was a save actually by Barry. It looked like it might have bounced off the backboard there, but it could also have been a save there. We'll credit with Barry now as Gilly with the ball. Gilly takes a shot, and it's just wide of the goal. Willie with the opportunity, and he hits wide as well. Incredible stuff there from O.B City as they look to try and get a 5th goal in this game. Currently, there's a substitution happening on the pitch as Jordan, the player that got things started for O.B City, comes off, and it's Callum that's come on the pitch there. And well, Barry's thrown that out, but it's to completely no one there, and Callum will pick up this ball gratefully now as Chris looks to apply some pressure, but the ball's made it to Stevie, all the way back to Gilly, and O.B City just hold on to this ball. Gilly pushing forward, Gilly still unopposed, out to Willie. Willie with the shot there, and the save by Barry, but the header by Gilly. Brilliant header there. Unfortunately for Barry, after a great save from Willie's shot there, the ball has just been stuck through Barry's legs there. You can see Gilly there just headering that ball down. That's a brilliant header from Gilly there. And it is 5-2 in this match. O.B City look fully in control, but maybe not as in control as they thought a moment ago, as Terry's just hit another absolutely blunder shot there. I say blunder, that's a wrong word for it. It's more of a wonder shot there from Terry as it goes into the back of the net and basically cancels out any advantage that Gilly's goal gave O.B City there a moment ago, and they'll be looking to just try and hold on to the ball here really. I think the players thought there might have been a problem there with the referee, but no, referee just checking the time, making sure that we are playing the allocated time for the matches, and O.B City taking advantage of that to slow things down. But Brady there, unfortunately just in the way of the shot from Stevie there as Chris looks to win it, and then the battle with Brady, and Chris has came up on top in that battle as the ball is in the Scrandinavia half. Chris looking to come forward there, still coming forward, and he looks to find a teammate, but it's a loose ball now. A couple of tackles flying there, but Brady now wins it, using his strength to win it there off of Chris. Sticks it in the back of the net, and Brady has a goal there for O.B City and for himself, and it is now 6-3, and that 3-goal advantage advantage is now back in place for O.B City. Brilliant finish there from Brady, the unlikely goal scorer for O.B City. He has scored a few goals for them, but he's not one of their out-and-out goal scorers, and he will be delighted to get in on the action and in the contribution in such an important game. 6-3 now the score, and O.B City definitely putting out a statement of intent for the season as Brady, once again, they're in the action, wins that ball. Callum, they're using the wall to play all the way back to Wayne. Referee blows the whistle. 6-3, the final score in this match. Now we have the last of our first round fixtures for you in week 5. Game number 4 with Bayern Bru versus Fatburn Rovers. Bayern Bru in purple shooting left to right, and Fatburn Rovers in green shooting right to left. Bayern Bru had a fantastic start to the season, but in recent weeks it's kind of faded away for them a little bit, as Craig there making a big save to deny Fatburn Rovers getting an early lead in this match. As I was saying, Bayern Bru falling a little bit away. That's given space for O.B City to start contesting for the top title there, as Zach there with a save to deny Connor. Fatburn Rovers though sitting comfortably in a mid position. Their season has improved actually over the last couple of weeks, and I know that sounds surprising when I say it, but I don't mean it in that sort of way. It's just good to see forms of teams improving as the season continues rather than the other way round. So Bayern Bru here will be hoping to try and get some points here over Fatburn Rovers, but they'll be wanting to hold their own there. A little bit of confusion there with the players there, but the referee gets the game underway once again there. Timber doing a great job on the far side there, just keeping hold of that ball, and Mitchell will go chasing after that ball. He's got company though with Bayern Bru there as James looks to play it past Stephen. James still has it. Stephen there with the tackle. Chucky picks it up now. Chucky still going, and Stephen there, great tackle. Looks to hook it wide to Mitchell. Mitchell to Timber. Timber with the shot. Timber with the goal. Well, that is some brilliant play there from Fatburn Rovers. Stephen first off winning that ball, finding Mitchell in space, and then Mitchell reading Timber's space there to put that in the back of the net. Some very fluid football there from Fatburn Rovers, and it's the sort of thing in the last couple of weeks that has started to come together for Fatburn Rovers and has definitely helped them to improve on the pitch, as Steve there tried to get the shot away for Bayern Bru, but is unable to and hits it on the side. Just an FYI, Steve wearing a blue top in this match. It really should be purple, but he's definitely with the Bayern Bru squad there. As long as it's not green, it shouldn't cause any confusion for the players, but just for viewers at home, as there's a chance there for Bayern Bru, but Zach and Gareth combine to make it safe and in their possession. Fatburn Rovers starting from the back again. Oh, disaster! It's been played to Steve. Oh, and Zach there, I think he might have just got a touch on that shot there, and it goes wide, and the ball eventually goes all the way up to Craig and goals for Bayern Bru. As Connor looks to come forward. Connor to Chucky. Chucky now pushing forward. Chucky, is he going to take the shot? It looked like he was, but he decided to change his mind. Steve now with the chance. Back to Chucky, and Chucky takes a shot and it's saved, but Martin on the follow-up there, and Martin gets the goal for Bayern Bru, and it was bobbling about there in the middle there. Chucky with the opportunity himself, but then eventually Martin on the far side there gets it in the back of the net, and it is 1-1 in this game. Martin with that equalising goal for Bayern Bru. So both these teams now back to all square, as they both really keen to get points for their own individual purposes here. Although Bayern Bru, you feel, might have a little bit more pressure. Oh, lovely turn by Gareth. Oh, but he just can't quite apply the finish and get it past Craig there. But a lovely turn by Gareth on James there, and just opened up the space for him there. Steve's shot is blocked. Although Stephen for Fatburn Rovers looked like a little bit of a niggle there in the middle of the pitch, and he's jogging just a little bit lightly there, and Bayern Bru will go collect that through Martin. Oh, and the pass there, intercepted there by Mitchell almost. Mitchell gets a head on it and plays it back to Gareth. Gareth, lovely ball to Stephen, who's moving now again. Stephen with a shot. Oh, and the save from Craig as that just bounced off the ground. Stephen there using a bit of ingenuity to try and hit that ball low. Steve, though, has picked up on Zach's clearance there. God, that happened out of absolutely nowhere there. The panic stations. We do have the rule where you cannot stand on the edge of the box to block the keeper clearance. However, in that case, Steve was not doing that at all. There was plenty of distance for Zach to get the ball away there, and he's just squared it straight at a player. There is a line between where it's fair to intercept and where it's not, and it was within that. But I tell you what's even fairer in the eyes of Fatburn Rovers, and that is a second goal, and this time in the back of the net from Mitchell, who provided the assist to Timber earlier. Brilliant finish. Massive credit to Gareth though. They are great battling to get that ball loose, and Mitchell just pounced upon the opportunity there and slotted it into the back of the net there. So Fatburn Rovers now have taken the lead once again in this match, and now can they hang on to it this time, or will they concede once again? Bayern Bru will be getting a bit tense. They were hoping to pick up some points in this early match here. I was going to say opening game. It's technically their opening game, but it's an early match for them nonetheless. Early match for both these teams in the fixtures, but it's just not going their way as Bayern Bru have the ball in front of Zach here. Zach with another save, and they try to scoop it over, but they can't do so with the congestion happening there in the middle of the box. Bayern Bru still have the ball in their half though this time, as Connor looks to come forward. Nice little turn there with a shot, and it's just wide, and Martin will see that back to Zach. There looks like to be a bit of an energy drain here from Bayern Bru. I think their heads are dropping, and it's incredible. We're only one game in here though. Chucky here leading by example. Lovely back heel. Oh, and it's saved by Zach. Wonderful save by Zach there, but what a move by Bayern Bru. And it could be the fact that they feel like they're playing some good football here, but they're just not getting it in the back of the net, and that's a big credit to the Fatburn Rovers defence, including Zach there with another huge save. Not only getting the save, but clearing the ball well away from the goal line, making sure there's not a second opportunity. And another big save there from Zach. Definitely on form in this game, but how long can the sustained pressure last as Steve just goes wide there, and it's going to be picked up by Kier for Bayern Bru, and they are just coming once again, Bayern Bru, at the Fatburn Rovers goal there as Martin looks to play it to Mitchell. Mitchell plays it up to Timber, and Timber can't quite get a foot on it, and it's going to be Bayern Bru's ball once again. Now can they make anything from this opportunity? Martin coming forward, goes all the way long, hits it, and Steve there with the defence there. Stephen tries to get on the follow-up, but Steve has it now for Bayern Bru, and Steve puts it in the back of the net for Bayern Bru, and Fatburn Rovers do concede once again, just like before in the lead, and unfortunately for them they have conceded there. A fine finish by Steve. It was a great move there by Bayern Bru though, you have to say, and unfortunately for Zach, after all his brilliant goalkeeping there, he's just undone with the shot. Far too close to him there for him to react with the power applied to it. 2-2 in this match. Both these teams now back to all square, as one of them will maybe try and look to push for a winner rather than both just take the 1 point, but we're running out of time here. If they're wanting to do that, they're going to have to push forward. It's Bayern Bru with the ball going backwards, not enough time. 2-2 final score. Game number 5 sees us enter the start of our middle round of fixtures for week 5, and the first up for you is Rapid Viennetta versus Ivory Toast. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. And early on there, the chance for Rapid Viennetta to try and get a goal in this game, but it is shut down by the Ivory Toast defence there as they come forward. Rapid Viennetta doing the exact same in terms of shutting down the chances there. Gogs now for Rapid going forward. Nice little pass to David. Oh, what a lovely finish from the commissioner player there, and a sign of gratification through to Gogs there. A nice little ball there first time, and he just scoops that into that corner there, gives the goalkeeper Paul the eyes, and it rolls into that corner there to make it 1-0 to Rapid Viennetta. Now, as I said early on at the start of the video, as we went over the teams and the positions, Ivory Toast have been pulled into a bit of a relegation battle. They still have a bit of the lead on the bottom two currently, as Stu comes through there and just goes wide with the shot. But they are getting drawn into it rather than going up towards a title battle, and so this is going to be an important match for these two teams, especially Rapid Viennetta, who have not had much luck recently with results, as David just goes wide there with a shot and it just bounces off the backboard there. Stu for Ivory Toast looking to find Liam, and does so successfully as Liam looks to find another teammate, but the pass is not quite there. Now Cal receives it from David, back to David from Cal. David now up against finds Neil, looks to find Josh, nice little back heel there, but Neil does well to read that, and now the break is here for Ivory Toast. Goes through the Stu. Oh, that's a brilliant counter-attack there from Ivory Toast. The interception from Neil as he then powers through the pitch there, looks to find Stu on the far side there, and the first time finish there. It just agonisingly goes under the hand of James in goals there. He will be livid with himself that he's managed to let that ball go just underneath him there. But unfortunately, or fortunately, it's David that has put it in the back of the net. I was going to say, unfortunately for James, it's hit the back of the net there, but maybe this is recompense there as Rapid Viennetta go right up the other pitch and put it in the back of the net instantly. What an angle to finish that from David. The tightest of angles there, and he manages to find the back of the net. 2-1 now to Rapid Viennetta in this game, quickly coming back into this match, and it is put them in the driving seat to try and get something out of this match. We'll be looking to try and pick up maximum points in order to turn things around and potentially close this gap to Ivory Toast themselves, who are above them in the league. A little substitution here, Greg just coming on the pitch there, and the ball straight up to Goggs there from the restart, and Goggs just hits wide, just hasn't found that top goal scoring form that he had at OB under Rapid yet. But Thomas now with a chance, and he hits the woodwork, and Greg now with a shot, and Liam there with a shot, and it is saved by James in goals there. Goggs having a fantastic chance at one end of the pitch, and then straight away afterwards Ivory Toast taking the ball up the other end of the pitch, having opportunities, and Goggs coming forward now. He's past one defender, he plays that across to Josh, back to Goggs, open goal almost, can he find it? Oh my word! Oh my word, he's not been able to get it in the back of the net as Thomas just goes wide. And then Greg eventually, after Robbie takes the opportunity, Greg puts it in the back of the net. Incredible sequence of events there. It looked like the goal was just gaping wide open for Goggs at the end. Ivory Toast take it down. Tommy misses a fantastic chance. Robbie misses up on the follow-up. But Greg there on the third chance to slot it away, and the captain gets a goal to his name in this match. Paul there with a save for Ivory Toast, and it keeps them in this game as the score stands at 2-0. They're coming forward now with Liam. Liam takes a shot. Oh, Liam put it in the back of the net, and Ivory Toast have turned this game around. Rapid Viennetta looking good, looking in control, but just ever since you have to say that open goal opportunity that Goggs has missed, their fortune has just flipped on them. Lady Luck deciding that she's given enough to Rapid, and they haven't taken advantage, and Ivory Toast will be absolutely delighted in their comeback. 3-2 now as Andy looks to try and get up the line there, but it's intercepted. Liam now looking to find Tommy, intercepted. Robbie to Tommy. Oh, and eventually it lands with Tommy. The shot is good, but the save is just as good there. David on the far side for Rapid Viennetta looking to find Andy. Is intercepted, and now Ivory Toast look to go away. First time hit, second hit from Greg there, and it doesn't quite hit the target. The first time shot there from Liam, and Ivory Toast now pick it up. Robbie's got the ball now, looking to find Captain Greg. Does, and the little pass there just not quite on the path line for Robbie to pick up, and David still holds that ball against Tommy there as Ross now with the opportunity. Oh, and Ross has put it in the back of the net, and Rapid Viennetta are back in this match. 3-3 now, when it looked like Ivory Toast were in the position to start pulling away after taking that lead. Rapid have gotten back into this game, and a fine finish there from Ross, and frustration there from Paul, the goalkeeper there, that goal's got past him. Chance there to try and get another goal for Ivory Toast, but it just goes wide of the Rapid Viennetta goals. This game absolutely action-packed, and we are still continuing on as James collects that, rolls it out to Ross. Ross has got Cal there. Ross goes himself. Oh, and he hits the crossbar. Oh my word, the dive from Paul as well. Spectacular stuff for the cameras, but unfortunately no result for Rapid as Andrew has the ball now, looks to find somebody, and Paul makes the save against Ross there after a brilliant pass by Andy there. there. The shot from Josh is saved. It's back into play there. The rattle of the camera there as Andy looks to keep that ball under control. Oh, he bamboozles MJ there, but the shot just dragged wide of the goal, and Taylor looks to pick up on the far side. Stu intercepts to Neil for Ivory Toast now. Ivory Toast on the run here. Josh misses that interception. Stu still has the ball. Shot there from Stu, but James makes the save, and both teams are going at it now to try and get the winning goal as Josh on the far side looks to collect, but Neil's intercepted. Neil with the shot. James with the save. Oh, and it's up onto the woodwork as well, and Ivory Toast cannot believe their luck. They thought the ball was going to ricochet off the goalkeeper and go in there as Paul makes another big save for Ivory Toast, and now they've got a chance to break forward. Neil playing it to Stu, and Stu just drags that wide, just cannot replicate his goal from early on in this match. Both of these teams absolutely going hammer and tong to try and pick up these 3 points. The ball goes long all the way up there. Cal can't quite get it. Stu will pick it up now, and he'll look to play it down the line, and it goes to MJ there. MJ back to Stu. Stu, who's got it here, trying to find a teammate, finds Robbie all the way across to MJ. Oh, and he can't quite make the connection, and it just goes wide. And now Rapid Viennetta coming forward. Andy. Oh, it's been intercepted. Neil has it now. Neil looks to play it into MJ. Oh, he's hit it wide. Stu now. Oh, once again, it's taken 3 attempts for Ivory Toast to get it in the back of the net, but they do, and poor Taylor there left at the back all on his own. 3 Ivory Toast coming forward. Just him and James left, and Stu gets it on, well, I say third attempt, it's actually technically second because Neil's is the pass, so it's the second attempt this time, but it does not matter. They don't care how many attempts it will take Ivory Toast. They've got the ball in the back of the net, and it is 4-3 now in this match, and we head towards the last bits of action in this game. As you can see there, the referee's got his whistle in the mouth ready to blow when the time hits, and there it is, 4-3 to Ivory Toast. Final score. We are halfway through the Week 5 fixtures, and we arrive at Parmesan Belgrade versus O.B City. And Parmesan Belgrade heading the back of the net instantly here. I think there was about 3 touches from kickoff there. Nathan receiving that ball off the kickoff. Lewis there on the far side and just smashes it into the back of the net. And what a start for Parmesan Belgrade in this match. 1-0 already, and I can't even get my normal introduction out there. But Gilly there with a chance, and it just bounced off the underside of the crossbar there, not crossing the line. Unfortunately for him, would have been another instant reply from O.B City there in this game. So just to conclude of Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting left to right and winning in this match, and O.B City in black shooting right to left and are currently behind by a goal. O.B City with a brilliant win early against Scrandinavia puts them on joint points at the top of the league as it stands going into this match, but this will be a disastrous start for Willie and his players there. They would have been thinking they're coming into this game to pick up some more 3 points as they go on that title challenge there, but not to be so far as Jordan can't quite get on the end of that pass from Callum there, and Nathan will go and chase after that ball, and they both enter the camera dead zone. It's Nathan that comes out on top, plays it along the line there to Lewis. Lewis there looking to find a teammate. There's Chop in the middle but not quite there as Greg goes to meet that, misses it, and now Jordan's free after the pass from Gilly. Jordan takes the shot and it's in the back of the net, and O.B City get the reply in very quickly there. Chopper just can't quite close that gap to Jordan after Jordan's been left in space there. A great winning of the ball by Gilly and finding Jordan in space there, and he applies the finish to make it 1-1 in this match, and O.B City right back into the position that they want to be. They will be desperate to ensure this week of all weeks, after getting that monumental win over Scrandinavia, that they go ahead and finish the deal this week by getting full scores there. Stevie there getting past Chopper there, great use of play of the wall there, but cannot apply the finish. Chopper there getting in there with Jordan. Jordan is the winner though after the whole battle there, and Jordan takes the shot, and Michael there with the save there to deny Jordan the opportunity. Quick substitution here. I think it's Chopper that's coming off just now, and it's Paddy that entered the pitch with Jordan as well. I think we had an OB sub at the same time there. Paddy now, ball at feet, looks to play to Lewis. Lewis looks to play it over to Greg there. Greg, and the ball's loose with Lewis. Lewis, first time time finish. Oh, and it has hit the back of the net there. A fine finish by Lewis there. Greg battling away in the middle of that pitch with the ball. Doesn't quite get his foot on it. It's actually Callum that tries to intercept the ball and plays it into the path of Lewis there. And Lewis just hits it first time into that corner of the goal there. O.B City heads look to the sky in frustration there. They're behind once again. Now, could Parmesan Belgrade really throw a spanner in the works of O.B City's plans this week? We'll just have to wait and see here. But this game definitely becoming interesting. And oh, Michael, they are just grabbing that ball before it crossed the line. Stevie there using the backboard to bamboozle the goalkeeper there. But luckily enough for Parmesan Belgrade there, or Parma as we call them for short, not crossing the line there, and O.B City frustrated once again as the shot is saved by Michael once again there. Paddy trying to get the intercept in there on Jordan, but it hasn't worked, and now the ball's been played down to Stevie. Stevie using the board once again. Jordan's there this time though. Save from Michael, and Parmesan Belgrade hanging on to their lead here. Still one goal, but it's by a thread there, and the game continues on. Gilly picking up that second ball, plays it to the Brady. Brady now with a shot. The save from Michael, and I think it comes off the frame of the goal as well. Man, Parmesan Belgrade are absolutely hanging on by a thread here as that ball's picked up by Jordan. It's a loose one. Jordan tries to apply the finish, but Michael there makes a great save there to deny him as Stevie looks to play Jordan in. Jordan just lets that ball roll into his half, and Marrow will go there to try and close him down, and Jordan elects to play it back to the goalkeeper for safety. Wayne playing it all the way up to Stevie there. Paddy goes across for company. Stevie got it in the corner there. He's got Paddy for company, and then it goes back to Jordan. Jordan now receiving that ball, looks to find a teammate. He cuts into the middle of the pitch. Oh, he's on a run now. He's got two there, but he elects to play it to Willie in the corner there. Willie's got Jack there. Eventually the ball is still there, and he does play it out to Brady. Brady with a touch. Brady looks to take the shot. Brady with a goal, and that is a fine finish there from Brady. The ball comes across, and he takes the touch there and then holds it up just for the second. The ball's spinning as well, and the finish is applied there, and the slap by Michael in goals there says all about the frustration that the goalkeeper has there, thinking he could have kept that ball out of the net. But it's 2-2 in this match. O.B City back into this once again. Now the question is going to be, who is going to go forward and try to get the next goal here? It's been Parmesan Belgrade previously that have taken this shift, and they come forward here with Paddy, but the ball is saved and it bounces away. O.B City though might be thinking this is a golden opportunity for them to finally take control of this game, but we do have a substitution just happening on the pitch just now. It's Chopper on the pitch there, and he's been told to go up and mark Jordan there, and Jordan now with the game underway just takes the run, and he's away from Chopper, and he takes the shot, and it's in the back of the net there, and he just breezed away there from Chopper, who's just on the pitch there. You can see the turn and the pace from there. No way there. Jack's having to come across to try and catch up there, and it's into the bottom corner as Michael tries to make the save. It just goes across the front of the goal and into the corner, and it is 3-2 now to O.B City. They are finally in the lead of this match, and they're going to try and get this under control and try and walk away with these vital 3 points if they can. Brady to Callum with the shot. Oh, and it's in the back of the net. A brilliant finish there from Callum, and that puts O.B City right into the driving seat now. Brady there, lovely little layoff to Callum. Their first time hit. Michael tries to get down to make the save. I think Michael thought that might have been going a little bit wider than it actually was, but it's gone into the bottom corner there, and 4-2 now. The final score is completely wrong. We are miles away. I say miles. We're on our way towards the end. It's not the final score. I have no idea what I was thinking there about final score. We've still got plenty of time in this match, and OB are aware of that as they look to come forward once again. Cal with a shot, and it's just deflected wide there by Michael in goals there, and they look to try and go once again. Parmesan looking to start from the back here. Oh, and it's a loose touch by Chopper, and Gilly now has won that off him and looks to play forward to Jordan. Great save there by Michael, and Parmesan Belgrade will look to try and get that ball under control to try and remove any danger in their half of the pitch there. Jordan elects to play that all the way back to Gilly now. And Gilly looking to find a teammate, plays it to Stevie. Stevie back to Gilly. Gilly now has got company there in Lewis, looks to play the ball out to Jordan, uses the wall to his advantage, and a little bit of curl on that pass as well. Callum's there in the middle of the pitch. Callum takes the shot, and it's saved there by Michael, and the ball just sits in the corner there. Lewis will go collect that ball now. Lewis looks to play the ball to Chopper. Chopper lays it off. Oh, but it's not quite there. Oh, and Jordan takes full advantage of the loose pass, and there's the frustration for everyone to see there. Chopper there with the pass. It is not clean. It is spinning. It is not under control. Jordan takes that with a plum. The referee blows the whistle here. 5-2 final score to OB. And we enter match number 7, where we see Bayern Bru versus Flaberdeen. Bayern Bru in purple shooting left to right, and Flaberdeen in blue shooting right to left. Both these teams having different results actually. Flaberdeen making a fantastic comeback in the earlier game, and Bayern Bru being held to a draw. But Bayern Bru will be desperate for points, as their opportunities to go for the title are starting to slip away, as O.B City and Scrandinavia continue to strive on and pick up results. It's Bayern Bru that is struggling to pick up 3 points. It's corner here. Multiple attempts here on Lewis's goal there for Flaberdeen, and cannot convert any of them. And it's now Liam with the ball at feet, the new player who's joined Fat Fives football for the first time and in the commissioner's squad. And Brian takes a shot there, and it's right at Craig in goals there. Fantastic save from him there, and denies Brian a chance to put his team in front. But both teams really going for it here. As corner with the ball at feet, rides a tackle there from Brian, collects the ball, and now looks to try and play it back to a teammate. There's Martin there for space. Can Martin get the ball under control? He elects to play it into the corner. James a little bit slow on the uptake there, but eventually is winning the ball there as it's played back to corner. Corner with a shot from distance, and it's in the corner there. A very tight angle, but corner does manage to get it into the back of the net, and that is the opening goal in this game for Bayern Bru. 1-0 they lead in this match. Connor delighted there to get the opening goal for his team, and Bayern Bru delighted to strike first. They do not have to do the chasing anymore. But now here comes Paul for Flaberdeen. Nice ball through there to Brian, and then across to Lewis, and then to Paul. Oh, I just couldn't quite apply the finish then, Paul, and it just goes high and over, and Bayern Bru. We see that back to the goalkeeper as they look to get things restarted once again. Corner there on the move, but great defending there by Paul, but it's picked up on the far side by Bayern Bru. Lewis there on the defence. Brian, they're almost taking it, but Lewis just goes himself, and there's nobody there. A great run by Lewis, and he's done so well that he's won it again in the opposition half. Plays it all the way back to Lewis there as well. Brian back to Lewis. Lewis with the shot. Oh, what a finish there, and Flaberdeen back into this game, just like in the opening game there for Flaberdeen. Went behind early on, but have come back with an equaliser here, and it is a brilliant finish there by Lewis, and this will give Flaberdeen some confidence, and it will give them a boost. They know they can come back in games and win, as we saw earlier. But Connor's there with a shot, and it's just off the post there, and Flaberdeen need to make sure they don't do anything silly in order to lose that opportunity to try and come back into this game fully. Yes, they have made the comeback that they're back at 1-0, but they really will want to push forward and try and get a win, especially if Bayern Bru are not in the best of form. Brian, they're just slipping on the ball, unfortunately. They're right for the goals for Liam. Oh, not quite his first goal of Fat Five, but brilliant position work by Liam to get himself right on the edge of the box there, and eventually, no doubt in the coming weeks, we'll see him score his first goal there. Great header away to clear it away there, and Brian will look to collect it there. Brian just holding it up. Brian, the position that he likes so much is to just have that ball at feet and just to get past players there. He uses his teammate Richard there and the goalkeeper to find them once again on the far side in the middle there to David. David now looking to turn things there. A little flick through, but doesn't quite make it. Liam there with interception. Steve's got the ball at feet. Steve through to Liam once again. Oh, and he has done it. He's got his goal on his debut week. Brilliant stuff from the commissioner, and brilliant to see one of our brand new faces on their debut week getting a goal. A fine finish there. Maybe not the most cleanest of finish, you maybe say, but it does not matter. It's in the back of the net anyway, and he'll be elated with that. He's had an absolute storm of a start to this match for Bayern Bru, and Flaberdeen there trying to get the shot away there with an opportunity that is created straight after the kick-off, but just cannot convert thanks to the goalkeeping there of Craig in goals. Brian now pushing forward for Flaberdeen to David with a shot. Great goalkeeping once again by Craig, and it's there. David there just a little bit injured on the far side. Their play continues on as Bayern Bru come forward, and the save there from Lewis, and the game will stop just to check on David there, and it looks like he is okay. He's hobbled off with a slight little nick there, but it looks like he's doing okay regardless of that anyway. Lewis there with the save against Bayern Bru once again, coming out to the edge of the box and making an important save there, and Bayern Bru are held at 2-1 currently in this match. Flaberdeen looking to come forward and try and get another equaliser in this game. The long ball up there, looking to find Brian. Brian's got it at his feet there, and it just can't quite get it on target there. It goes across the box and no one's there, but it has been collected in the far corner, I believe. There will be shouts to let him out of the corner there. I'm not quite sure that he's getting all the room there, but it is up the line now. The play continues on. Steve with the chance, cuts inside, played across to Chucky. Chucky with a shot, and Chucky with the goal. And Flaberdeen now completely frustrated that they are now 2 goals behind in this game. A good battle there. They actually, the 2 Flaberdeen defenders just coming together there. That stops the opportunity for somebody to get across and block Chucky there. And Flaberdeen once again kicking things off for us. 3-1 scoreline now as Lewis Forbes looks to play it. David looks to play that pass, but is blocked, and Liam now, one of the goal scorers for Bayern Bru, just not quite getting that shot on target this time as Lewis Forbes looks to switch it over to Lewis on the far side there, and Lewis has won it for Flaberdeen. Lewis come forward, the shots off the backboard, and Ethan there, the other commissioner player on the pitch, but this time for Flaberdeen there, getting the finish there. The shot off the backboards there by Lewis, and actually, yeah, Ethan's the first one, just the jump in front of James there. James might have got a touch, and then it's Ethan that's actually directed it into the back of the net, I believe there. James obviously frustrated that he hasn't been able to clear that ball away from his goal mouth and the edge of the box there, as Bayern Bru look to reply once again, but Flaberdeen now cutting down the Bayern Bru lead now to 3 goals. They've cut it down to 1 goal, with the scoreline being 3-2. Apologies for the confusion there, confusing myself looking at the graphics in the top right left I can't even, in the top left hand corner, concentrating on the football rather than the position of graphics here. Liam there with a chance, oh, and that's a fine pass to Connor, big corner. His shot is saved there by Lewis in goal. A fantastic block there after a great shot, but Chucky hits that from distance. It's through a ruckus of bodies there. Chucky a lovely takedown there with the ball, and then literally just lines it up, takes the shot there, and it goes through a ruckus there. Liam diving out the way, great decision there by Liam, and the ball goes into the far side of the net there, and it is 4-2. Bayern Bru's 2-goal lead now restored in this match, and they will be feeling a bit more comfortable that they've got that little bit of headway there. And it's Flaberdeen that are looking to try and get things started once again. Lewis rolls that out to Brian. A decent throw there into some space up the other end of the pitch there, but Brian looking for a teammate. Can't quite, and now it's Bayern Bru breaking away here. Steve has the ball. Connor's made that run. He almost looked frustrated he didn't receive that ball there, but to be fair to Steve, he had David there for company. Apologies, that's not Steve. It was actually Martin that had the ball. And Martin's now played it into Connor. Connor going forward now. Connor on his own. Connor with the finish. That's what he was probably looking for earlier there, and the appreciation from his teammates there, and the signs of thumbs up and a round of applause is there. A great holding of the ball there by Connor. Some magic feet to stop him from knocking that out of his possession there, but he manages to do that and get a 5th goal for his team. There could be a 6th one here though. Kears received the ball, and the shot is just wide, and if that was anywhere near on target, that would have been beating the goalkeeper as the ball, played into prime position there by Steve for Martin there, and just couldn't apply the finish. But Steve's coming forward now. Steve, can he apply the finish? Lewis there with a strong save, and it denies Bayern Bru going to get a 6th goal in this match. Bayern Bru will be delighted with their performance in this match. It's the sort of ones that they were performing earlier on at the start of the season that put them into a prime position to be battling for that title, but they've been struggling to replicate it, and I struggle to get the words out of my mouth. And the ball across there, Paul now with a chance, and Captain Paul for Flaberdeen gets his first goal of the season there. Ethan on the far side looking to just whip that across there. Craig a little bit indecisive there, just couldn't get the foot on it. Paul there with the shot. It is Craig that does tap it into the back of the goals. However, the shot is on target from Paul as Craig tries to get across, get a foot on it there, and it is 5-3 now. Flaberdeen with the goal to reduce the deficit. However, it's going to be a big ask for them in the remaining time to try and get another 2 goals in this match, as Bayern Bru will probably most likely want to shut shop up in defence to make sure that they get across the line with the vital 3 points. So they've given it away here to Brian. Brian now looking to find Paul. Paul looking to find Brian once again. Brian looking to cut in, but he's closed down by Bayern Bru there. Referee's got whistle in mouth. 5-3 the final score. And we enter match number 8 and the last of our middle fixtures, and it's Fatburn Rovers versus Scrandinavia. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right on your screen, and Scrandinavia in red shooting right to left. Scrandinavia coming forward though with an early chance here. Ryan receiving it from Reiter, but it's blocked there by the Fatburn Rovers defence as they look to stand strong and deny Scrandinavia a win here. Scrandinavia though suffering a defeat in their first fixture, and Fatburn Rovers walking away with a point in their early game. So both teams here looking to try and improve things from their first match here, as Scrandinavia have got Ian with the ball. Lovely little turn there. Unfortunately for Ian, the shot just goes wide of the goal. Ryan there for Scrandinavia has got Martin there for company, finds Graham. Graham looking to find Reiter, but it's Gareth on the ball, looks to play it in to Mitchell. Mitchell with a shot, and Barry there with the saving goals, and Gareth will look to collect that for Fatburn Rovers here. Bit of action at the edge of the Scandinavia box, but great defending there by Chris, and it's rolled out to Reiter. Reiter now, he's got players there pushing forward, and the shot there just high over the goals, and Timber will look to collect that for Fatburn Rovers. Barry now playing it through to Chris. Chris on a run there, he's made some space, takes the shot just wide of the goal there, hit that with power. Oh, second chance there for Chris, and it rolls across the box, but Barry can't quite pick that up, and Fatburn Rovers remain at a 0-0 scoreline with Scrandinavia. Chris now with the ball at feet, and it's Stephen there from the Commissioner team intercepting there and getting that ball away. Timber looks to try and close down Terry. Terry gets the ball over to Reiter. Reiter's in the corner now. He's got his space there, you can see there, he's got a bit of space, and then as he comes out, Mitchell makes the tackle. Completely fair there as Mitchell looks to play. It's bounced off a Reiter though. Terry takes it under control. Terry with the finish there, and Terry with the goal for Scrandinavia. Well, that was very fortuitous there for Scrandinavia, and they definitely took the luck that they were given there. That ball tried to be cleared away by Mitchell, bounced off a Reiter, and Terry there with some great ball control to get it under control there, and then just basically dives away. I say dives, that's the wrong word, but he twists and turns away from Stephen Q there from the Commissioner squad playing for Fatburn Rovers, who looked to close him down and got the ball away there. So 1-0 for Scandinavia as Mitchell there with the opportunity, but Barry in goes, close him down. It's quickly through to Chris now. Chris looking to spearhead an attack for Scandinavia, right into the tackles, applies the finish. Brilliant finish there by Chris, and Zach there angry at his defence there, but Chris there goes through that tiny gap there, and then the finish there, unfortunately for Zach, gets the guess all wrong as to where it's going, and it goes into the far corner there. 2-0 to Scandinavia, who have taken control of this match quickly after a disappointing result against O.B City. Terry there with interception, but Timber all the way back there, and the referee there giving the free kick to Scandinavia. Timber now coming forward, but the ball's intercepted by Barry C. Terry's got there. Lovely turn away from Stephen. Oh, Terry tried. Oh, he tried the first time to do the finish. Zach with the save. It lands back at Terry. He can't quite get his feet on the ball to dink it over Zach, who was down at the edge of his box. As Ryan shoots there, it goes wide and now it goes over and Zach collects that ball there. Scrandinavia looking hungry here now though. So they're definitely linking up well in this match and creating opportunities. Fatburn Rovers really struggling to get some pressure back on the Scrandinavia goals after doing it early on here. The ball's in that corner and Gareth takes a shot. Oh, it hits the crossbar and Stephen Q can't quite make a connection on it. And Ryan will collect that. Ryan back to Terry. Oh, Terry, that's a terrible touch there as he's played into Gareth. Now Gareth in a good position. Can he find Martin? Oh, and the ball just couldn't make it across the edge there. If it was, Martin was there to put it in the back of the net. But Scrandinavia away with Chris. Chris going forward. Oh, and the finish there from Chris. Well, that's a few times now Scrandinavia out of nothing playing it through from the back there through to Chris. Chris just then powers through the middle of the pitch there and then just applies the finish, slotting it into the corner there. 3-0 to Scrandinavia, and they are looking in control in this match. Fatburn Rovers will be looking to try and get a goal quickly in this game to try and get them back into it, but Scrandinavia coming forward once again, and Zach there with the big save. You can hear Zach shouting on there, his defenders. Chris now with a chance, but saved from Zach, and Ryan collects it from Scrandinavia. Well, it is all action in this match, but most of the action is going through from Scrandinavia as Ryan hits the crossbar there after trying to dink that over Zach. Well, that would have been an incredible goal there if that had landed in the back of the net, chipping the goalkeeper from the edge of the box, but didn't quite come off as Mitchell twisting and turning there gets the shot away, and then it is cleared. It's tried to go to Barry in his goalkeeper box but doesn't quite make it. Currently having a substitution here on the pitch, and we'll take just a second just for the player to come on, and gives the chance for the players on the pitch just now to get a quick rest, although going on for a little bit here. And we are underway with Stephen on the pitch now for Fatburn Rovers. Chris heads that away to Ian. Ian looks to try and get that ball under control, plays it across to Reiter. Reiter now has the ball there down to Graham. Graham now looks to play the pass. Oh, intercepted by Stephen though. Stephen pushing forward. Stephen with a finish, and Stephen with the goal, and Fatburn Rovers have won in this match. Very unfortunate there for Graham. It looked like as if that would have been a fine ball to feed through to Reiter there, but read well by Stephen. Great defending there, and an even better finish on the shot there, and it's 3-1 in this match now. Scrandinavia will look to just try and tighten things up a little bit. 3-1 still gives them a bit of room in their lead, but they don't want it to completely disappear, or they don't want to give much more opportunities for Fatburn Rovers to try and make that lead disappear, as Graham has the ball there. Graham goes a run. Oh, that's a good ball through, but unfortunately just straight at Zach in his box there. Stephen there coming forward. Stephen was shot from distance, but it's high and over there, and Terry will take that down as there's only moments left of this game now. Chris to Terry to Reiter. Oh, and Zach there with the save to deny Scrandinavia getting a fourth goal in this game. Terry looked to collect. The referee blows for full time. 3-1 the final score. And we enter the last round of fixtures for week 5, starting here on pitch 1 with Parmesan Belgrade versus Fatburn Rovers. Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting left to right, Fatburn Rovers in green shooting right to left, and going ahead in this game early on. Mitchell there with the opportunity there, and he just strides through the middle there, plays it through the timber, and then at the back post there is Mitchell there to put it in the back of the net to give Fatburn Rovers the early goal in this game. 1-0 to them, although Jack there with the opportunity to potentially get an equaliser, but doesn't quite come off for him or Parmesan there. Mitchell now with the ball at feet, looking to find a teammate. Timbers there in space as he looks to play it up the line to Gareth. Gareth's got Marrow there, and Gareth just shoots wide of the goal. So Parmesan Belgrade not even getting a chance to breathe in this game, and they already find themselves behind in this match as Paddy picks up the ball off of Martin there. Paddy middle of pitch, Paddy twisting and turning, Paddy there with a shot, Zach there with the save, and Timber will collect as the ball is rolled out here to Paddy once again. He looks to find Lewis, and Lewis just can't quite get the header on that cross as it's played through to Stephen. Stephen to Martin. Martin, oh, he is agonisingly close to putting that in the back of the net. And now they try and take it out the corner here. Martin with the long shot just across over the goal and finds Marrow on the opposite team. But Stephen's won it here. Oh, Stephen there with the finish. Wins that ball through a great interception there and slams it into the back of the net. Marrow looking to play that ball through to Lewis. Stephen just steps in, lets the ball bobble a bit there, and then he just turns and hits it on the half volley there, and it's 2-0 to Fatburn Rovers, looking like they are in the mood for goals in this match as Parmesan Belgrade look to come forward. Zach there though with the save from Jack, and he'll look to get his team underway here as Gareth comes forward, continues to come forward, still goes forward and finishes it there. What a finish from Gareth. He just walks forward. Everybody in the Parmesan Belgrade team just fall back expecting the pass to happen, and he just shoots from distance and puts it in the back of the net, and that is 3-0 already in this match. Fatburn Rovers looking well in control here. This game could be done and dusted, although the free kick there given to Paddy there, if Mitchell had broken through there and possibly stuck in the back of the net, you would say that would be good night Vienna for Parmesan Belgrade. Bit of a substitution going on here as Nathan comes on the pitch for Parmesan Belgrade as Gareth receives the ball from Mitchell. Gareth with a shot, just wide of the goal. Would have been a repeat of his goal just earlier, but not quite this time. Paddy receives the ball. Paddy pushing forward. There's Lewis there as an option. He elects to go himself. Paddy almost losing the ball. Finds Lewis though. Lewis still has it. Back to Paddy. Paddy cuts in, takes the shot, and there's the goal for Parmesan Belgrade. Well, thankfully for them, they've got an opportunity to come back into this match now with that goal. The ball landing at Paddy there. Nice just little shimmy there of the feet, and then gets enough space there past Stephen to find the bottom corner, and Zach unable to do anything about that there. 3-1 now the score. Parmesan Belgrade crucially stopping Fatburn Rovers from scoring again straight after. But the ball's now with Lewis as he pushes forward, and Lewis with a second goal for Parmesan Belgrade. Wow, they are carving themselves a path back into this game, and it looked like they were completely down and out. They've got two quick goals there. Unfortunately for Zach, just could not get his feet positioned right to make that save, and it's just bobbled past him there as Fatburn Rovers look to get things underway from the kickoff. They got an opportunity here. Chopper just closing down Gareth there in the corner. Eventually is intercepted. Lewis tries to get it away, but Mitchell comes across and blocks the ball out to Stephen though. Stephen's in space. The defence is there, and Michael makes the save, and eventually it is in the box and back to the goalkeeper there. Michael looking to restart things for Parmesan Belgrade. Rolls out to Chopper. Chopper now on a move. Chopper finds Lewis on the far side. Lewis with the shot and the save from Zach there. Oh, that would have been a great finish from Lewis if it hit the back of the net, but a fine save there from Zach to deny that being another goal. Mitchell now with the shot. Oh my word, it's hit the underside of the crossbar, but it's bounced out. Can we have a look at this again? Yeah, you can see just there, hits that crossbar and then just bounces away and out. The general rule of thumb to easily identify these is what we say to the players, is that normally if it goes and hits the crossbar and then doesn't move away from the goal, it means it's crossed the line. Oh, they hit the framework once again there with the shot. Fatburn Rovers just closer and closer to getting the goal there. But as I was saying, the rule of thumb with the crossbar is normally if it comes out and away from the goal, it means it just hasn't crossed the line there. But lucky enough for the referee, we've got a bit of a shadow across the goal line there for Parmesan Belgrade, so you can see if it's crossed or not. But anyway, moving on from that, Fatburn Rovers coming forward. Stephen with a turn. Oh, and a fine finish there by Stephen. Brilliantly letting that ball just roll across from there. You can see, nice little dummy there. It throws Nathan off there, creates a space for Stephen, and that's a brilliant finish there from a bit of distance there. Smashes it into the back of the net, and it is 4-2, and that 2-goal lead is back in place for Fatburn Rovers. But more importantly enough, it has then stopped Parmesan's comeback there and gets them back on the road to scoring goals for Fatburn Rovers there. Nathan coming forward, Chopper's there, dinks it across to Jack. Jack with a shot, and it's just high and over. Chopper and Nathan there kind of getting in amongst each other there, getting in their own way. Now Stephen Q's got the opportunity to come forward, and it just goes wide. But Stephen now, and on the rebound there, and that is a 5th goal for Fatburn Rovers. Stephen Q there having the space of the pitch there, takes the shot actually rather than plays the pass, but it is the rebound, and Stephen there calmly slots that into the back of the net to make it 5-2 to Fatburn Rovers. And this task has become ever more difficult for Parmesan Belgrade to come back into this match as Timber receives the ball. Timber there on the far side. Timber takes the shot. Timber's got a 6th. You have to say that is probably going to set out the game for Fatburn Rovers here. They should be confident of walking away with the points. A 4-goal lead now. 3 goals in incredibly quick fashion. 2 just moments apart there. And they are in the driving seat here. Parmesan Belgrade look like they're in a bit of a shambles in this match just now. Probably unsure what has hit them after coming back very quickly. Although Greg there with a shot wide. Oh my word, the save from Zach. Chopper looked like he was going to stick it in the back of the net. Zach with a brilliant save there as Stephen just hits wide of the goal there. End-to-end stuff in this match. Timber with the ball there. Chopper comes across to try and win it there. Then Timber. Oh, he's lost it now. The Chopper. Can Chopper finish it? Oh, and he's just wide with the shout. See, with the shot. It's the shout that you can hear there from him there, the frustration. And it's just not going Parmesan at Belgrade's way now at all. Fatburn Rovers riding the wave here, looking for another goal as Michael makes a brilliant save there to deny Stephen another goal in this match. Martin on the far side there being closed down by Chopper and looks to play it all the way back to Timber. Timber now, he's got Greg there. Timber looking to play it, but Jack's intercepted. Timber there, does get it back, still has it. Timber takes a shot, is blocked by Chopper, goes through to Greg. Greg now looking to find a teammate or go himself. Greg still going, elects to play it back to Chopper. Chopper now, does he take the shot? No, he plays it back to Nathan. Nathan with a shot, and there's the goal for Parmesan Belgrade. That was a lovely bit of play from Parmesan Belgrade there. All started with interception and then some good decision making here from them there. Nice little layoff to Nathan, and Nathan playing it back, but great team play from there from the likes of Greg to hold that ball up for Parmesan Belgrade. That little spell of just holding possession helped them out massively as that shot from kickoff goes high over the goal line, but the ball's been lost by Paddy. Stephen has it here. Can he punish him through to Martin? Martin, oh, and he hits the crossbar himself, and Nathan, oh, plays it back in. It's almost an own goal and eventually does land into the feet of Michael there. But Parmesan Belgrade living a charmed life with their goal there as Greg comes forward. Greg still has the ball, thought he was going to lay off to Nathan. He does now. Nathan now with the opportunity. Nathan finishes for a second goal there, and it's now 6-4, and maybe it is squeaky bum time. I did think this match was done. I did think Fatburn Rovers were just going to see this out, but Parmesan Belgrade now back into this match. 6-4, only 2 goals separating them here, and it is maybe getting a lot tighter than I first predicted here. Fatburn Rovers will really need to try and close the defence here, make sure they don't make any mistakes, otherwise this could be a disaster for them. You would think 6-2 ahead. If they don't walk away with the points, it would be that disaster. But Paddy here with the ball at feet, and now a chance for Parmesan Belgrade. Can they come back here? Greg, and it's just a bit high, and the defence there for Fatburn Rovers to make sure it goes back to their goalkeeper. Timber jogging lightly now, maybe a bit of tiredness coming in, a bit of stiffness, but Gareth there, full pace, brilliant ball control there with a shot, oh, and hits the post. How many times have Fatburn Rovers hit the woodwork in this game? It is incredible. I don't think we've had a game where so much of the woodwork has been hit as Paddy comes forward now. Paddy with a shot, save there from Zach, and he'll collect that easily enough. Nathan now, ball at feet. Greg shouting for it as we enter the last bits of play here. Greg battling away there, and it's been won by Fatburn Rovers, but the shot just wide there, and there goes the final whistle. 6-2 to Fatburn Rovers. We're into game number 10 of week 5, and it's Bayern Bru versus Scrandinavia. Bayern Bru in purple and on the attack, shooting left to right. Scrandinavia in red, shooting right to left, but as much as that hit the back of the net, the referee has blown for the whistle, so it remains 0-0 there. Bayern Bru fans will probably be wondering why we weren't talking about that goal, and that's exactly why the referee blowing for the foul there. So it remains 0-0 as Scrandinavia come forward now. Reiter with a shot, Craig with the save. Reiter still has a second chance here after Liam got a little bit of a touch on it but hasn't cleared it away, and Terry will pick up the ball. Terry now with the shot, and Craig there with the save and holds it with both hands, and he'll be happy to get that ball under control as Connor receives the ball here. Connor moving forward. Connor has got Barry C there for company. Connor now still looking for some help, still going himself, takes the shot. Chucky with the shot, and it doesn't quite hit the target there, and Bayern Bru unable to capitalise on that move, and Scandinavia look to get things underway again, although Reiter there playing it right back to the goalkeeper there under pressure, which we do allow pass backs and keepers to pick it up, but there is a limit to it that are applied by the referees. Reiter still has the ball. Reiter with the shot. Reiter with the goal. Brilliant battling there on the far side there Liam's applying some pressure on Reiter there. Nice little turning and twisting there, and as James comes across to try and close the angle, Reiter takes the shot and it goes in the inside post of Craig, and he will be frustrated with himself that is snuck in there, but Reiter will be delighted with the finish. So 1-0 to Scrandinavia now as Connor looks to come forward, takes the shot, bounces off the backboard and is loose once again. Chris picks up the ball here for Scrandinavia, but Connor intercepts. Connor now with the shot, closed down by Chris. Connor still has the ball, looks to play it wide, and it just goes agonisingly past the goal for Bayern Bru, and it still remains 1-0 to Scrandinavia in this match as we have a ball arriving on the pitch here. James with the shot, and unfortunately once again James put the ball in the back of the net, but a ball has landed on the pitch and therefore renders it null, unfortunately for Bayern Bru. Twice now they've had 2 goals chopped off, but unfortunately that's just how it goes with it here. And Bayern Bru on the attack now on the far side there. They look to play amongst each other, but eventually goes all the way through to Barry and goals, and Chris looks to connect with Reiter here, and he does so. Reiter with a shot, Craig with a save, Reiter with another chance, still going, Reiter waits for Craig, he's got another shot at it now and eventually does stick it in the back of the net, and the defence there, well, just not good enough there. Connors just let him go as Keir comes across to try and apply the defensive work as well. The two of them can't stop it. Craig is down on the ground there, committed in the save, and eventually Reiter gets the shot away and gets the reward for sticking it out and riding through the tackle. So 2-0 to Scrandinavia now. This would have been an ideal game for Bayern Bru to try and get back into things, though it would open the door, if Bayern Bru can win this, for O.B City to actually fully leapfrog Scrandinavia and go to the top of the league. So Scrandinavia themselves will be looking to ensure they get the 3 points here, but Bayern Bru, man, they really need to get something out of this game if they want to be in the contention for the title. And Connor there, hitting the back of the net, gets it in after it bounces off the goalkeeper there. Lovely run by Connor, and then the shot there is just too much for Barry to keep out of the net there, and it bobbles over his legs and goes into the back of the net there, making it 2-1 now in this match. And from kickoff there, Bayern Bru straight away applying the pressure. It's bobbing about. Can Steve get it away? And the Barry makes the save against Steve, and then on the second, Steve can't quite hit the target. Unlucky for him, but Scrandinavia there just surviving that bout of pressure there. The ball is being fought there in the corner and eventually makes it through to Craig in goals there. And Craig throws it out. Chris is intercepted. Chris looks to find Ryan. Ryan, lovely footwork there, all the way back to Terry. Looks to try and get it all the way there. Eventually it comes back to Reiter. A nice cut in. Can he finish? Reiter there with a little flick, and yes, he can. Brilliant work there by Reiter, collecting that ball there. His defence comes across there. Lovely turn. He's still got Keir there. He's still got the goalkeeper as well. He waits for the goalkeeper to commit there and then just dinks it past. Brilliant play by him there. 3-1 to Scrandinavia, and this match, like many others this week, absolutely action-packed, and Barry will look to receive that ball in the Scrandinavia ball and get it out to Ryan there to get things underway. And another throw out by Barry here to find Chris. He's got Liam there for company. And the two of them come together there, but there's the advantage being played to Chris, and Chris eventually does get his shot away, and that's good from Chris. Continue to play on. No any signs of moaning there. Understands the advantage being played as Liam now has a chance. He just scoops it wide of the goal. That would have been his second on his debut week, and it would have been an ideal time for Bayern Bru. But here comes Martin looking to play to Liam. Back to Connor with a shot. It took a bounce, and Barry in goals managed to read the ball after the deflection there and still make the save. Connor now going himself again on the run. Connor with a shot. Connor with another goal after a solo run there, and it's 3-2 in this match. Bayern Bru coming right back into this game, and this is going to put Scrandinavia on a bit of nerves here. It looked like they were restoring their lead with the 3-1 scoreline, and there's heads and hands now, knowing that it's only back now to 1 goal, and this is definitely the Reiter and Connor show. The only two players who have scored in this match, both of them leading the way for their teams, and the shot there just can't get quite away there for Bayern Bru. But Graham now with a chance, through on goal. Can he finish? He does get the shot away. It's a save by Craig. Good attempt there by Graham. I actually thought the defender came across there, but it was Craig with the save that actually stopped him there. So unfortunately and unlucky for him, it hasn't hit the back of the net. Great chance for Bayern Bru there, but Liam just can't quite make the connection, and then Connor can't get the follow up, and now Chris away for Scrandinavia. Chris still going himself. Chris takes a shot and it's wide there, and you feel Barry on the far side shouting for the ball. There might have been an option there as Liam gets back to help defend for Bayern Bru. He's lost it to Chris. Can Chris convert here? Chris with the shot. Great save there by Craig. And Connor, oh, he was away there, but he slipped over the ball, and Terry now with the chance. Oh man, this is just non-stop back and forth here with the possession. Martin through to Connor. Connor takes a shot. Saved there from Barry. Chucky tries to get the volley and it's not quite there. Scrandinavia now on the defence as Bayern Bru come forward once again. Connor there trying to get the shot away, but it's blocked. Steve there passes it through to Connor. Connor now. Oh, he's got a bit of pressure there with the defence. The shot, and it's just wide, and Scrandinavia will look to collect that as they move up the pitch. It's Chris on the far side there, playing it back to his captain and the goal scorer for Scrandinavia in this match. Plays it back to Chris though. Oh, and it's saved by Craig. Unorthodox there, but managed to keep the ball away from crossing the line, and his teammates will be thankful for that as Chris receives the ball once again for Scrandinavia, looking to come forward there. Chris with the shot, another save by Craig, and he is one of the key players for Bayern Bru, keeping this scoreline in contention here. Scrandinavia trying their best to try and pull away and try and secure these points before the whistle. Reiter there with the shot, it's saved by Craig once again. I feel like I just need to get that on a repeat button, saved by Craig, although this time Craig almost lets it slip through the hands there as he rolls the ball out. Connor will go collect. Connor, he's got Reiter there applying some pressure. Good turn away, but Terry comes across and picks up the loose ball. Connor's wanting the free kick, but the game plays on. Chris to Terry. Terry, the two of them there. Can they finish here? Chris, yes, he applies the finish there, and that is the fourth goal for Scrandinavia. Connor not happy at all about the pressure on the far side there, but the referee, having none of it, tells the players they need to play on with it, and Terry and Chris take full advantage. Chucky trying to get back to apply some defensive pressure, but it is too late there. So 4-2 now the scoreline. Scrandinavia now getting that 2-goal cushion back in, and they'll be looking to hang on to the points to try and keep their position at the top of the league, depending on the goal difference and the results from the O.B City game, which is yet to come in our highlights. It is likely that Scrandinavia will stay top with the goal difference, but if they win this game and O.B City win their upcoming game, then it will put them on level points, as Craig they're making the save to deny Scrandinavia another goal there. Although Bayern Bru, they just look like as if the energy has been drawn out of them now, as Kerr with a chance there, and it's just gone wide of the goal. And Bayern Bru looking to have to be on the defence now as Ryan makes the shot there, and Connor comes across. Oh, and the referee is blowing for the free kick, I believe. Here, have a quick look at this. Yeah, Connor, it's not intentional. He's lost the foot in there, but technically, as the Scandinavia players are asking for, saying it technically would be a slide, as it stopped the opportunity for Ryan. The free kick is given because the slide is accidental, but it did stop the opportunity there. And we do enter the last bit of play after Scrandinavia unable to do anything with that indirect free kick in front of the goal there. Ryan looks to collect, but the referee blows for full time here. 4-2 final score. Penultimate game, game 11 of week 5 sees Flaberdeen versus Rapid Viennetta. Flaberdeen in blue shooting from left to right, and Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting right to left. Both these teams, well, Flaberdeen actually did pick up points in the earlier match. It's Rapid Viennetta who are going into this match without any wins at all, and so this is going to be a highly contested match, as both the teams will look to try and pick up the vital 3 points they need. Both these teams languishing at the bottom of the table, and so it's going to be an important match to try and get some distance for either of them against each other. Flaberdeen look to pick up the ball in the Rapid Viennetta, in their own half, and look to get forward into the Rapid Viennetta half as David goes to get it. David's got it. David shoots. David scores. 1-0 to Flaberdeen, and they have struck first blood in this important match here. David, lovely twist and turn away from Andy there, and then gets through, and he actually shoots at James almost, but James is diving there, can't quite get a strong arm or hand against it there, and the ball just goes in the back of the net, and it is 1-0 to Flaberdeen in this match. They have got the advantage here, and Rapid Viennetta will need to come into this game quickly and try and get a goal to look to get something out of the game long term here, as Flaberdeen just go wide once again with the opportunity there, and David looks to try and win it across, but now it's David for Rapid Viennetta, plays it across to Gogs with the shot, oh, and he's missed that one. David follows up and he can't quite get it into the back of the net. A little note for any confusion, we do have two Davids on the pitch, and they play for the two teams, one from Commissioner and one part of the regular lineup. So David for Flaberdeen now with the ball at feet. Goals comes across though, tries to get the tackle in, but doesn't quite get the ball away there. Richard now with the ball, plays it up to Brian. Brian there, not quite making the pass stick. Josh to Gogs, back to David. David going forward. David with the goal there. The Commissioner, David for Rapid Viennetta, getting an equalising goal there. And it is 1-1. Nice little play, but to be honest, if you look at the Flaberdeen defence there, they just stood there for a moment and just completely stopped and switched off. Very, very unlike them. The fact that they've maybe just thought that they were going to have a bit of luck in this game. To be honest, I'm not quite sure. They just froze as Rapid Viennetta came forward there, and this is maybe the opportunity for Rapid Viennetta to build upon that reply. Could be a bit of tiredness, but Brian wins it for Flaberdeen now, runs towards the corner and then hits the shot high over there. Josh can't quite get it under control, but neither can Flaberdeen. There's a chance now with goals, trying to play in David, but Brian sees that back to Lewis in goals there, no problems at all, and Lewis will roll it out to Brian. Brian playing it to David. David now, ball at feet, looks to play through to Brian, but it's not quite hit the target, and now Andy's played through David, and David's shot is saved, and Gogs will look to retrieve that. Nice little touch away using the wall. Gogs hits the shot, it's bounced off of the back of David there. David's rubbing the backside there, but Josh coming through, and it's a second goal for Rapid. David there struggling after taking the ricochet of that shot. Gogs going through there, Paul coming across, and Josh at the far side there receiving the ball, slotting it into the back of the net. And Rapid Viennetta have managed to turn this game around and make it 2-1 to them. David clearly still having a sore backside there after that thunder of a shot that bounced off from there, as Andy looks to find Josh but can't quite do it, and Andy will take the ball back to Gogs. Gogs now getting past Ethan there, playing it through to David, but it's David from Flaberdeen who's intercepted. David from Flaberdeen takes a shot, and James just palms that over. That after the ricochet of David's shot there, it could have dipped into the back of the net, and it looked like it might have been heading that way, but James there just gets the hand out and takes it away from the goal line, as David looks to play up to Brian, but it just goes wide, and David, the Commissioner player for Rapid Viennetta, will look to pick it up here and shoots the ball right into the middle there for Gogs to latch onto, and Gogs has to make the run. Gogs will go collect it in the far corner. Now he's looking for some help there, looks to play it into the middle to Ross. Ross can't quite make the pass there, and Brian has it now. Lovely turn away from Brian to get away, and it's 2v2. Plays it out to Ethan. Ethan now with the shot. Ethan with the goal, and it is 2-2 there, and that all started with some brilliant footwork there from Brian. But you know what? Just as I was saying about Flaberdeen standing still, Rapid Viennetta only had Andy and David back in defence, and the rest of the team has stood still and just watched. Tiredness really kicking in for both of these teams here. You can tell with it there. As the ball is played up to Ross, and Ross now looks to try and get the ball under control, as Rapid Viennetta look to find a way to get back in control of this game. Although Flaberdeen themselves, after getting back to all square, will look to try and take the advantage once again, as they did early on in this match. Brian now with the ball, playing it through to Ethan. It didn't quite come off, and Andy's picked up, and Andy's away. Andy pushing forward, intercepted by David. Gogs the shot, and it's stopped there by Paul, and Ross will go chase that ball. He does so successfully. Back to Gogs. Gogs plays it to David. David now takes a touch, plays in the middle, and it's in the back of the net there, and it's actually been credited to David there. Don't think Ross got a touch in it. That's two now that Ross has kind of done the dummy run and put the goalkeeper off, but we'll check. He doesn't. Ross completely misses it. It's definitely David's goal, and it's in the back of the net, and it's 3-2 for Rapid Viennetta. All the commissioners for Rapid have been, in fact, all the commissioners on the pitch have actually scored, I believe, with Josh and David, although I think there is one more commissioner for Rapid that we haven't seen on the pitch yet, as Ross takes a shot and it bounces wide. And actually, no, I'm being told it's sort of incorrect. There is actually only 2 commissioner players in for Rapid Viennetta, so all of the commissioner players have scored so far, and David completes the hat-trick to be the first player in this match and the first of the commissioner players to complete a hat-trick in this match. What a finish here by David. Just has that little bit of space and it just bobbles over Lewis and goes in. You can see that frustration. He just couldn't get the leg up high enough to stop it there, and David has pushed Rapid Viennetta into a 4-2 lead. These could be absolutely vital 3 points if Rapid Viennetta can walk away with them in this game. And they look to come forward once again. Goggs, ball at feet, looks to play up the line to Ross there. It's found Ross. Ross takes a shot and a save there by Lewis. And I think Goggs is trying to shout some instructions there to Ross there, but it goes back to Goggs here. Goggs looking to come forward, looking to ride a couple of tackles here, takes it out wide. He's going to need some help from his teammates if he's going to try and get this out the corner. Goggs there looks to play it across, and David's at the far side of the goals there and will retrieve it. Looks to play it back to Ross. Oh, it's an open ball. Can Goggs finish? Yes, he can. He stuck it in the back of the net there. The loose ball there, and he managed to jump on it there. The touch from Lewis takes it away from Brian. Ethan tries to get across to apply the block, but Goggs hits it in the back of the net there. Well, that is completely unfortunate there from a Flaberdeen point of view. Lewis Forbes there try to just apply the touch. Oh no! And it's gone to Goggs on the edge of the box, and instantly after the restart there, it has been put in the back of the net. Lewis Forbes, unfortunately, once again, he's tried to take that ball away. He's done well on Goggs. The touch too heavy, goes straight to David. David finds Goggs, who's pushed right up after the restart there, and it is another goal for Rapid Viennetta. 6-2 now as Flaberdeen come forward, but they've lost it. Cal has the ball, but he's forced to turn back there by the Flaberdeen defence. James will collect for Rapid Viennetta, who have a 4-goal lead here, and they'll be looking to hang on to it. But David here trying to change that scoreline, but unfortunately can't quite get the ball on target there. Another opportunity now potentially if they can get it on there. David takes a shot and a save by James. The big outstretched hand there denying David there. Once again, David Flaberdeen coming forward. Oh, I thought he was going to take the shot on early. Lewis at the far side scheming for it, but I'm not sure why. They've got a golden opportunity here. It's back to Lewis now, and the save from James. I think he's going to need a bit of patience there to wait for that ball to arrive. But Flaberdeen looking to come forward as we enter the dying moments of the game. They won't win it. I don't think they're going to equalise enough with the goals, but they might be able to cut the deficit here. But the shot there from David has just gone over the goals there. David for Rapid has got the ball in the corner there, looking to kind of cut away at some of the time here. Eventually hooks it all the way high. Lewis looks to clear it. The referee lifts up the whistle. 6-2 final score to Rapid. Final game to bring you of week 12, and it is Ivory Toast versus O.B City. Ivory Toast in yellow shooting left to right, and O.B City in black shooting right to left. Early on here, Ivory Toast winning the ball back as Thomas tries to get forward there, but is blocked, and it goes into the corner to be contested. They are O.B City looking to restart things with Wayne. Wayne playing it through to Callum. Callum now cutting inside, taking that shot, and just goes wide. Stevie in the second, but Neil making the vital block to deny him there. Important game for O.B City to win after Scrandinavia have managed to win the rest of their games. O.B City, if they walk away with 3 points in this match, they'll be tied at the top just on goal difference, but just the chance there for Ivory Toast, and it almost went into the back of the net there if it had got a touch. Wayne now looking to restart things though for O.B City. Neil does intercept that ball, collects it well. Oh, and a brilliant finish there by Neil. He comes across and controls that ball. Wayne tries to clip this at the Stevie there, but you can see Neil just getting in front, chesting that down, and on the volley there, just puts it in the back of the corner. Oh, now did it take a touch off of Willie potentially? The shot is still on target, so it's not an own goal contention, but maybe that's why Wayne wasn't able to react to it there. But Ivory Toast will not care, Neil will not care. It's a goal, and the ball there almost getting stuck right in front of the goals there from O.B City. It's a bit of a disaster start for O.B City, but we have seen in earlier games them going behind early on and coming back resoundingly. So you do have a little bit of an expectation of this team this week can make the comeback, and they will know what is at stake, as well as obviously trying to get a 3 out of 3 perfect score of wins for this week as well. Will be the opportunity to go at the top, tied on points with Scrandinavia, as Callum looks to receive the ball, looks to play it through, but it's intercepted by Robbie, and now Willie's got the ball. Willie with a shot, and he's just hit wide of the goals there. Brady will look to try and mop up this ball for O.B City as we wait for Wayne to play the ball after some substitutions have happened, and the game will restart. Callum now coming forward with the ball. Callum continue forward. Callum with a shot. Paul makes a save. Can Thomas get on it? He can't. It's Stevie who collects it for O.B City here and plays it back to his goalkeeper Wayne. Once again tries it again, plays it through to Callum. Callum's got MJ now, but he's past MJ now, pushing forward, plays it out to Gilly. Gilly with a shot. Gilly with the goal, and O.B City are back in this match. And as I mentioned earlier, this team do get themselves back into games, as we have seen already so far this week, that they can turn the games around after bad starts, and they've done that once again in this fixture. 1-1 the scoreline now, and Ivory Toast lead has now been eviscerated with that equalising goal. Stu there with a wee bit of pressure, but eventually goes into the corner and doesn't come to anything there. Ivory Toast holding on to the ball just now, good spell of possession as MJ plays it out to Tommy. Tommy back to MJ. Oh, great defensive work from O.B City there. It looked like MJ was just about to pull the trigger and put them back into the lead of the game, but it is intercepted there. Jordan now coming forward. Jordan takes a shot. Oh, and it's hit the post there. Unfortunately for Jordan, he managed to get himself cutting through the midfield there, but just couldn't get the finish with the goal. And in fact, if it had just been that little bit inside, I think Paul wouldn't have been able to save it, as once again O.B City take a shot on goal there, but it is just wide of the Ivory Toast goal. Ivory Toast coming forward now with Greg. He's got options, cuts inside, plays it to Robbie. Robbie now takes his time. Oh, and Greg's blocked the shot there from Robbie. Oh, it's absolute nightmare stuff there. Robbie tried to get the shot away, but it's just blocked, and now Jordan has the opportunity for O.B City to come forward, looking to find Stevie. Stevie pushing forward. Stevie continues to go and takes the shot, and I think that might have taken a nick out of Paul in goals there. If it did, great save. Hard to tell from this angle though, as it goes all the way across to Gilly, who's on the far side there. Gilly looking to play it back there. Actually, sorry, I think that's Callum. He's now played it back to Gilly. Gilly now in the middle of the pitch, looking to play up to Stevie. Stevie takes a shot. It's through the legs of Paul, unfortunately, and in the back of the net there. Yeah, it is Gilly that was at the back. It was Callum on the far side. Apologies for the confusion. From a distance, they can look quite similar. As Stevie there takes the shot, just goes through the legs of the goalkeeper there, and it's 2-1, and O.B City have completed the comeback in this match as the scoreline stands for now. Chance for Stu though. Oh, and Wayne there, what a brilliant save. Stu all the way through. He could have slotted it either side the goalkeeper and got an instant reply there for Ivory Toast, but elected to shoot it and just straight at the goalkeeper. Robbie with the ball though, looks to play in Ash, and the shot is saved by Wayne once again, but Stu will pick it up on the far side. Robbie's made that run. Can Robbie hit the finish? Yes, he can, and Ivory Toast back into this match, and O.B City now are under pressure. They need to win this game if they want to go joint top on points, and currently it's Ivory Toast that is holding them back from doing so. 2-2 the scoreline now. A fine finish from Robbie there after making a great run into the edge of the box, and the pass was absolutely perfect for him to apply that finish. And Wayne will look to try and get this ball up the pitch now for O.B City to try and get them back into it, as Robbie intercepts the long pass there, and things can restart once again. Robbie receiving the ball in his own half there, looks to play it forward to Stu. Stu through, all the way through to Ash. Ash now has the opportunity. Can Ash finish? Oh, and it's agonisingly wide there. It might have taken a nick off the goalkeeper there, and if so, brilliant save there from Wayne, but it is so close to heading into that bottom corner, but not quite there. There's a battle going on in that bottom corner, and it comes out, and Greg looks to jump on it, but it's Gilly that's taking it away very calmly and coolly there, and Paul will collect that ball. But there's shouts for a penalty, and the referee has given it here. Now, they're saying that the goalkeeper, the feet there on the edge of the box there, and it looks like it might have been out with a handball, but the referee's given the penalty regardless. It's really hard to tell those ones, but he's given it. And Gilly slots it away well. There might be some complaints from the Ivory Toast players and fans there. It's incredibly hard to give those. However, I think there must be a good cause for it. If you look at Paul's left foot, it is right on the edge of the box as he looks like he's leaning over. But we'll have to go the referee decision on this one, as we don't have any. And there's a shout over on the other side potentially for a penalty in itself as well, although I think it might have been half-heartedly wanted that penalty there. It might have been for very little, maybe just as Ivory Toast wanted things to be squared up. But O.B City now have the advantage as the ball just agonisingly goes across the box there with the goal gaping, and Jordan can't quite get on the edge of that ball as it just stayed in the box there. The ball goes right across back to Gilly though. Gilly with a shot. Oh, and it just goes wide once again, and O.B City here piling the pressure on as we go towards the end of the match. This will put them top with Scran, and it does end 3-2 to O.B City. Confirmation of the final scores on your screen of the Week 5 results, including that tight finish there at the end between Ivory Toast and O.B City. That will have an effect on the league table, as well as the blockbusters that happened earlier on in the highlights. And speaking of the league table, Scrandinavia there, joint top with O.B City, only split by goal difference. Bayern Bru in third on 30 points. Fatburn Rovers are fourth on 19. Parmesan Belgrade on fifth on 16. Ivory Toast on sixth with 15 points. And Rapid Viennetta and Flaberdeen both on 10, but split by goal difference. Fat Five's football player registration is always open. If you are based in the northeast of Scotland and have a BMI of 26 or higher, you are more than welcome to register as a player. Go to our website fatfives.football for player registration. Fat Fives Football is delighted to offer sponsorship packages to local and national businesses. To see what we can do to help your business and ensure we can continue to bring these free highlights, please check out our website fatfives.football/sponsor for more details. Make sure to subscribe, like and hit the notification bell so you get told when new videos go live of our highlights.